Hey everybody, welcome to Live Coding with Jesse. I'm Jesse. Today we're going to continue on with what we did yesterday, which was editing WordPress plugins to try to get data from our custom fields to show up in the data we get from the wpGraphQL plugin. So since yesterday I was able to get some of the data, but not the data from the repeater fields. So quick recap on what I've done since yesterday, and then we'll get into the code. I'm streaming from home and my computer is kind of lagging quite a bit here, so I've been rushing to close everything that I can that I don't need. So just let me know how the quality is. I'll close more things as I need to if the quality's no good. Alright, so since yesterday I've installed the wpGraphQL ACF plugin. So this was a plugin that was in really early beta. So it's not finished, but it is able to give me data from some of my custom fields, which is good. Which is good. You know, some data is better than none. But the next step, and what we were working on yesterday anyway, was getting data from repeater fields. So let me switch over to my code and just show you what I'm trying to do. Let's bring that down a bit. Okay, so what I have here is that wpGraphQL ACF plugin. I've forked this, and this is the fork that I'm working with. I've started a test branch, and this is going to be where I play around and see if I can get something to happen. So far, the only thing I've done, other than just trying to figure out what's going on by looking at all the files, is I've added that code that we had yesterday that we tried to put in our other plugin. I've added that here, and nothing really happened, which was kind of expected, right? Why would this same code do anything in a different plugin? But I thought it was worth a shot. And I've continued to look through the code that some other people were using. And so let me just tell you what I'm thinking of the next steps to take, and then you all can weigh in as well. So in this plugin, they have types.php. Alright, so in types.php, they're importing all of these that they've created in this folder of, you know, all these, so field type, field group type, so they're all separate files, and they're importing that. So just first, we'll just check out, you know, here's the things that they're bringing in. And then they're creating these functions. And it looks like all the functions are doing similar things. This one's a bit more complex. And then finally, if we check out one of these types, all right, we can see what they're doing in here. Which looks a little bit like what we were trying to do, right? So we have our name, our description, right? So not exactly the same, but we like, I don't know. I'm getting a rough idea of maybe what we could do. So maybe we could get a side by side, and that'll be easier. Let's do that. Let's make some space here and just compare. Okay, so here we have two parts to this, and it looks like we also have that here in our definition. What do we have up here? So it looks like we have fields and type, and we also have it here. It's just flipped around. All right, so I guess we'll go with fields first. So fields, and then so ID. So we've spelled out links here, but this is ID. So our type. No, types ID. Our description, the global ID for the field. Okay. Yeah, these are very similar. So I'm guessing that this is serving, the same function that this is. The difference being that this one is just targeting one specific custom field, and I believe that this is being applied, across the board to any custom field. Let's check out that type for a second. All right, that's interesting. So this does have a lot more. Yeah, quite a bit more. All right, so we may not need that much. Yeah, may not need that much, but maybe this gives an idea of like what's the other stuff that we're missing that would make this work. And I forgot to start my Pomodoro timer, so I'm gonna start that now. All right, so let me say hi to everybody in the chat. How's it going? Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the stream is starting and stopping the video. So let me see. I'm gonna shut down my terminal. So I had some terminal windows open on my other screen. I'm shutting that down. I wanted to keep them open in case I broke WordPress through one of the plugins, because the only solution if you can't get in the admin panel is then to actually manually change the files. So I would need to SSH into the droplet and change them. But I could start that up quickly enough. So that's shut down, and I guess I can. I don't think I have anything else open that I could shut down. Maybe a few things up here. Yeah, I do have an instance of Slack open. I can shut that down. Looks like I have Google Docs open. Oh, actually, I had 2 instances of Slack web version open, so yeah, definitely don't need that. And I had Sheets open. All right. Okay, that's better. So got rid of some tabs open that are notoriously heavy on resources. So hopefully that'll help out a bit. All right. Christian just asked, how do you go through a plugin for WordPress? I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. So I don't know if you could explain it just a little bit more. I might be able to answer your question. Savage Red. Savage Red. I can't believe I can read that. Savage Red says. I wish I could edit live video. I would edit that out. It says, what stack or technology should I use for a modern e-commerce website? It depends on your skill level. I would say the easiest way to set up an e-commerce website that I know of that I've personally used is to do a WordPress site and then use the WooCommerce plugin. Very easy to set that up if you've had some experience with WordPress. But I'm sure there are other ways out there to do that. Can you do e-commerce with? I know there's like Magento. You can do it with Magento. I've never used it, so I'm not sure how, but I've just heard about it. So that's what I would say, but it really does depend on what stack you're already comfortable with. Because that's going to make a big difference on how fast you can get it up and running. Okay. So let's go back here and let's mess things up a bit. All right. What I'll try to do, and let me bring some things over so we could check them out. I'm going to rearrange things just a little. And alright, the screen's about to get bright because for some reason my GitHub dark theme no longer works. So I'm not sure what happened, but it just doesn't work. I don't know, I don't know if GitHub changed a class name or something and messed it up. Alright, so I'm going to make, these should get bigger. There we go. Okay, so this is similar to what we were using. It's actually, you know what, it's not exactly the same. I wonder if we change some of this, if it would help. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so this is what I was really wanted to look at, is we have some of these extra things here in this gist that, you know, I'd like to try to maybe just add, you know, this, see what happens. Yeah, I think it's worth a shot to do a little bit more, but right now the code that we have over here is similar but not exactly the same to this. So I think I want to take this and let's copy it over. For now, we'll just copy it here, right in the same file, because it may be that some of the stuff referenced here didn't work yesterday because it was expecting this plugin to be installed that I did not install yet. The best way to do this is probably, let's see, I want to show this in both places. There we go. All right, so we'll have the same file open on both sides. That'll allow us to see everything. You know, normally you'd be able to see enough text to do this, but since I have it displayed larger for the stream, I think I'm gonna have to do it like this. There we go. Okay. So I think we can change stats. Oh, we could even grab it up here and start to change it. Let's try to change stats to links in as many places as we can. Let's see. Links. Okay. And then now we can check and see if we have any other uppercase instances of this, but I think that's it. So links. Okay. And then in here, we will just copy and paste what we have. Right, because our interior fields here are different. There we go. And then let's just compare down here. See, this is the big difference I'm seeing inside of here. Yeah, big difference. Okay. So let's remove this. I think we have this still available somewhere, so I'm okay removing it. And I'm going to save that. And I'm going to get rid of that on that side. Okay, so now that I've saved this, let's go with, let's make sure I haven't changed anything I didn't mean to. We're going to commit this. Alright, so that should push. Unfortunately, everything's really slow, but this should push up to our test branch. Great, that's done that. Now we can pull this change in right into our plugins folder if we SSH into that droplet that we had. So, did I close it? Alright, I have to log into DigitalOcean again. Hopefully it didn't sign me out yet. I have to go into DigitalOcean and just grab the IP address, and then we'll go in and pull the changes in. With the other plugin, we didn't bother to do that. We would just copy and paste it because we had one file, right? Copying and pasting one file is not a big deal. You just copy everything and paste, rewrite everything. But with this plugin, we have multiple folders and files. In this particular case, we only changed one piece of it. But if we were making major changes, this is definitely the better way to go. Because you don't want to have to be copy and pasting a bunch of stuff, and there's much more potential for missing something. All right, and good news is I was still signed into DigitalOcean, so I should be able to just go right in here. Yeah, and I know I signed in with root, not the best thing. Standard render finger terminal appears to be slow on your computer. DOM-based renders may improve performance. Sure. Improved performance would be good. Okay, so now let's just go back a bit, and then we should be able to go into what was it there? www html should be wp content, and then plugins, and from plugins it'll be wp GraphQL ACF. Nice. All right, cool. All right, so it's probably covered. Oh no, you can still see the whole path. So I was able to remember the path since I had just recently gone there. So now that we're in here, we can do a git pull. All right, and now we have the changes that we've made. And next step is just to check out. First of all, we're going to check out WordPress. Because we'll know right off the bat if we mess something up badly, it just won't even work anymore. Page isn't working. Alright, cool. Alright, so we can verify that this in fact was our fault if we go, let's do git checkout master. And now let's try again. It's slow, but alright, it's working now. Alright, so the change that we just made has broken WordPress. Alright. I'm not exactly sure what in here broke it. Probably this. From getting an error line. Syntax error. Unexpected. Alright. Why are they expecting another? You know what? I probably messed it up when I copied and pasted it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's matched. Oh, fields project label. Why is it like that? Alright, let's go back and look here. It shouldn't be like that, right? Oh, I copied too much. Okay. Alright, so I definitely copied too much and tried to paste it in here. So let me double check, make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so I just need to take out this. Let's make sure. Yes. All right, so this should work now. Let me save it. See if it. There we go. All right, it went away. All right, so that was the problem. Copy and paste error on my part. Apologies if one of you in the live chat caught that and tried to warn me. Let's see. All right, yeah, maybe now I'm gonna check the live chat just to see if anybody has caught anything else. Oh, okay. Christian clarified an earlier question. Says, well, you want to add some functionality to the wpGraphQL plugin. How do you review the plugin and find out how it works? Oh, basically, I looked at the files. I read through the files. I'm not going to claim that I know how it all works, but was able to kind of get the basic flow of what was happening. I'm not great with PHP, but I'm familiar enough with the syntax that I can kind of tell what's going on. So that's what I mean by review the plugin. Oh, John said we need a screen capture of that long frozen yawn. Oh, I can't believe it froze on that part. Oh no, Christian says there are big issues with the stream today. What else? What can I close? Did it start getting worse when I went into this DigitalOcean droplet? So I don't really know what else I would have done that would have made it worse. All right, well, let me... Actually, you know what? When I'm doing a lot with Git, it does slow things down. So that could also be a problem. Alright, so I'm going to save this. And verify that this saved. Git commit. And then once that goes up, I'll just pull it down and then go back to the test branch to see if it